Hey guys, what you're looking at right now is the Hp Zeen, which is a tablet computer that runs on Android 2.2. It's a very interesting tablet computer because it's actually a companion device by HP, which means it's not going to be actually something you can officially buy as a separate tablet, but you have to purchase this with a printer, which is going to cost you around $400, which is very expensive. But you have to consider that the tablet is around $200, I guess, as a separate device in terms of value. And the printer, again, which is around a $200 deal for a wireless printer. It's a combined value set. The tablet itself runs, again, on Android 2.2, has a 7-inch display, very modest specs. If you buy it separately, if you use eBay as a medium, you can find this for around $100, so it's also pretty inexpensive. So let's take a look at what it has underneath the hood. In terms of design, you have very slate form factor, kind of uninspired if you ask us, but if you turn the device over, you'll find that it looks very unfinished, and that's because the back is supposed to be docked to your printer the entire time, or most of the time, and when you take it out, you're going to notice it has a more untraditional look to it than other tablets out there. It weighs quite a lot at 1.1 pounds, which means it's on the same weight as an Apple iPad, which has a much larger display. Otherwise, it has soft touch material that surrounds the device, which means it feels very nice in the hand, and the battery will last you around 48 hours on a full charge. The back of the device offers a proprietary dock for the printer itself, a mini USB for syncing information, and an AC adapter port. We also have access to a power on and off key, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and on the top, a SD card slot for expanding the memory, a volume up and down, and on the other side, there's a mono speaker. So let's turn on the device and see what it has to offer. Underneath the hood, the processor itself, coming in at 800 MHz, isn't that good. It's quite sluggish, but 512 megabytes of RAM is average in this day and age. Thankfully, HP has really customized its UI to really focus on that printing and really to cut down on a lot of gaming or anything like that. But still, it's occasionally sluggish. Now, once you unlock this device, you'll see that HP has completely customized this UI to make it a huge focus, again, on that printing feature. And as a result, the experience isn't quite as good as the original experience you might find on the Android 2.2 based tablet. For example, it reminds us a lot of the ViewSonic G tablet in terms of its navigation process. You can't use live wallpapers or anything like that, and it's very clustered with these huge icons that are dedicated to the few functions that this device is built in and ready to be used for. They include a Barnes & Noble Reader, which allows you to download ebooks if you log into that, and it also has a weather icon, weather widget, and some print apps, which are, again, built in. They include Disney and MapQuest. So the Disney application allows you to take a look at popular movies and activities and stuff you can use with those movies. So for example, once this loads, you'll see that you have a catalog of characters, and pressing that will launch you to different things like Peter Pan, Avengers, Wreck-It Ralph, Frankenweenie, Monsters Inc. Pressing Wreck-It Ralph, we can see you have different activities or coloring pages and recipes you can choose from. All of these things are customized so that they can be printed out using the printer. Like the coloring pages, for example, it offers different coloring pages you can select, print, and then start using to play around with, or if you have kids, again, pretty fun activities for them to interact with. Again, a huge emphasis on that printing feature. Again, you can also see that in MapQuest, which allows you to print out maps and directions. Sliding the device to the right, you have access to some Yahoo News and some stock information. You have some more news and a live feed of the most recent HP information that they will send over wirelessly, like the ePrint Center, Yahoo stuff. And of course, we saw that popular Android drag and down menu system, which allows you to see your Wi-Fi information and popular messages. Because this is connected to the actual printer, it will actually notify you when the printer's ink is low or something like that. It's a pretty cool feature, and it's pretty nifty. So dragging the app tray up will actually release your most commonly used apps. They include a printer app, which allows you to print, copy, and fax stuff, and control all that stuff directly from the printer, which is wireless from the tablet. You have an internet icon to browse the web. Adobe Flash is partially installed, so you do get a lot of ads and stuff playing, but not all videos will load that smoothly because the processor is kind of sluggish. but it is there. You have a Facebook application, an HP gallery, basically an Android gallery there, a daily digest, and also a mail application. It's interesting that HP has completely rid this device of a lot of Google standards and instead applied it with Yahoo stuff, which is interesting. There must have been a partnership there. In terms of applications, again, your third-party marketplace is actually called SAM 4.1 right there. It's SAM Slide, and this will actually bring your different applications. It's going to load, and you can take a look at those. Your Facebook, you can load different stuff. You can go through your different categories. They do, offer quite a lot of applications, a lot of thousands of applications. It's not as much as the original marketplace is going to offer. Fun and games, ebooks. You can also search those. Take a look at one of these, flashcard exam review. The pricing is on the side. You can search by category. It still is usable. It still is easy to use. Just I would have preferred the original experience over something like this. So let's go home and check out some other stuff that is available in the app tray. Basically, it comes preloaded with Snapfish, which is pretty interesting. You have widgets, a Yahoo search, a quick office, which allows you to edit documents like PDF and PowerPoint and Word. This is a very useful application, actually, and it increases the usability of this device dramatically. It also has a music player for allowing you to play your favorite musics and your different songs using the speaker system or using the wired headsets using the 3.5mm headphone jack. The speakers, again, it's a mono speaker, which means it isn't 3D sounding. That said, the speaker system is surprisingly high quality. Sound quality is crisp, it's loud, and it's entirely the type of quality that we kind of expect in terms of HP because of that partnership with Beats Audio. So it's got great sound quality, just unfortunately it's not, stereo, it's just mono. Standard applications there. We have some newspapers, a Pandora application, Net News, some help, some file managers, Google Contacts, clocks, which allows you to view your favorite time in this view. You can also check out your alarm by pressing here. You can check out your favorite media by pressing there. There's your images by going through a slideshow. Your songs, going home, just will take you home. You will have a standard mail application. You have a clippings, which allows you to take snapshots of your different pages. Basically, it's a screenshot, and then you can view your screenshots here and edit that, and then print it out. You have a calculator, a bookstore, which is just Google Books, and that's pretty much it. You can view magazines and stuff. Some stuff here, Better Tennis and stuff. This is just applications I installed with SAM 4.1, which is that proprietary connection there. And in terms of usability, you'll find that, the screen is not bad at all. It's very sensitive. It's just sometimes the CPU gets underneath and gets ugly. Taking a look at the HP gallery, we'll take a look at how well this device does in terms of presenting media. Surprisingly, again, with that good sound quality that we talked about and the average battery life, it's a pretty good media experience overall. Again, that screen experience is going to dramatically decrease if you change the viewing angles of this device. It's going to get hard to read sometimes. But again, under direct sunlight, the screen still remains bright, and as long as you're not expecting, astounding visual quality, I think you'll be pretty satisfied with the screen overall. The color saturations are very realistic, and you can see the accelerometer also works pretty good. So there are racing games and applications and browsing the web where you will take advantage of tilting the display to access that feature. There are a few built-in images that I can show you. There's some sample images that take advantage of the screen's brightness, and it loads after a few seconds. You can edit those, slideshow this, edit it, and of course you can share it using the wireless or Yahoo Mail. You can of course print it. Again, a huge emphasis on printing. You'll find that mostly all the applications on this device will always have a print button somewhere, even in the web browser, so you can always print stuff with your printer. That's huge. But otherwise, you can see that the media experience on here is pretty good. Even multi-touch and pinch to zoom is pretty responsive. Browsing that and making the tablet go around and checking out your different images, you'll see that the color saturation is really good. It's a great experience to play back slideshows and edit stuff, print back stuff. It's a great experience overall. Pretty impressed. Video quality is equally pretty good. It might not be the best experience that we've ever seen, notably because Bluetooth is one of the actual features that are lacking, so you can't use a Bluetooth stereo headset on this. But you can see that a sample trailer, that the sound quality is good, and that the video quality is terrific, and also buffering is fast, so I can also drag stuff over here, and it immediately starts playing from the place that I left off. And again, that picture quality is pretty decent, and you can see that the resolution is quite high. So overall, I'm very impressed with the video quality and the media experience that comes with the HP Zeen tablet experience. So other applications that you might want me to review and show you would probably be the web browser. You also have built-in basic pages, which allows you to see the most popular content that most people will want to see, like New York Times and Gmail and YouTube are all built into the bookmarks immediately, so you can access those pretty fast. So automatically loads to Yahoo's front page. Again, it's kind of strange that it's not to Google's front page, but rather to Yahoo. HP must have had a partnership there. But you can search for your favorite news, your favorite information, check out your different stuff, and you can press a Windows key, which allows you to open different windows. Again, because this is Android, you can very easily hack it and install the regular experience on here if you don't like the built-in experience with third-party applications. You also have some share, some print keys again on the bottom. Some more keys will allow you to clip the web page or save it as a snapshot, and you can add a bookmark to this page if you're interested in something like that. Another thing we were pretty impressed with is actually the QWERTY keyboard. Now, I expected the QWERTY keyboard to actually lag, considering the processor on here is quite sluggish. Thankfully, the actual experience of typing on here was very, very good. The email client and also the web browser really utilize that QWERTY keyboard by making things very easy to type on. You can see that it doesn't really lag, even if I'm typing fast, like this is a test. And it keeps up with your fingers, which is impressive considering a lot of tablets and slower processor devices take a while just to get that situated, but this actually follows your fingers very fast and it's very responsive in that, which shows that the screen is actually very good. So let's just take a look at and go to some more popular pages. There's a bookmarks that are actually saved outside of the web browser. If we go home, slide up our menu, go past the apps, you can see there's our bookmarks. We have them for Google, for HP support, New York Times, Yahoo, and of course YouTube and Wikipedia. For example, let's just go to the New York Times page and see how well that works. You'll see the mobile version of the page actually loads first, but you will be able to switch out to the full site after it loads. I'm using Wi-Fi right now and I have a pretty good signal strength. This is a little bit slower than usual, but overall the web browsing experience is also pretty usable. Oh, it's going to load the full site right now, probably because the last time I was browsing this page I already selected load full site. It's probably loading from last time. But as you can see, a lot of the applications that use Adobe Flash, like the ads, are all playing in the background already. It's a very complex site. The New York Times is a staple test of how strong a web browser is, and this one actually loaded pretty fast. So overall, I'm very impressed also with the web browsing experience. It might not be the strongest for video playback in terms of Flash content, but again, the accelerometer works really fast. The pages load reasonably. There's going to be some sluggishness with some of the applications, but you can actually load and view content in a pretty fast manner and interact with the web in a pretty usable perspective. And if we zoom into some text over here, you can see it also works pretty good, and it reflows the text too. So it's readable and it's in a nice way to be read. So overall, the HP Zeen tablet is actually surprisingly decent in terms of performance, considering how miserly its specs of 800 megahertz for the processor is. And overall, we're impressed with the web browsing and the media abilities. We just wish that the full Android marketplace was available for this tablet instead of only a third-party application. But other than that, it makes a great companion for the tablet, for the printer. But if you're considering buying this as a separate tablet, you can find it for under $100, it's not a bad deal at all. Thanks for watching this full video review at osvdxreviews.com.